Welcome to the ultimate guide to riding Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland with little to no wait time. Since its opening in 2020, this attraction has become one of the most popular at Disneyland, and with that, it tends to have very long wait times, on average about 75 minutes. But it has been known to surge way beyond that to its all-time high of 270 minutes. However, with our tips and tricks, you can make the most of your day and enjoy this incredible ride without spending hours in line. From easy tips like buying a lightning lane pass to keeping your eye on ride breakdowns, we'll cover everything you need to know to make your next visit to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge efficient and unforgettable, allowing you to spend more time doing the things that you dreamed of doing versus standing in line. So let's get started, and may the ride times and the Force be with you. Number 7, purchasing an individual lightning lane. All right, let's start with the most obvious way to ride Rise of the Resistance without waiting over an hour: buying an individual lightning lane. This can be a great solution if you're willing to spend some extra money. The price usually ranges between $20 and $25 per guest, which can be a very quick way to get on the ride. However, the cost can add up quickly if you're purchasing for an entire group or family, easily adding over $100 to your day at Disneyland. So you'll need to weigh the value of having an extra hour in the park versus the cost of the lightning lane for your family. Keep in mind, though, that the lightning lane option for this attraction tends to sell out somewhere after 5 p.m. each day, so don't wait too long to make that time-saving purchase. Number 6, rope drop. To make the most of your day at Disneyland or Hollywood Studios, it's best to get to the park early and make Rise of the Resistance your very first stop. When you enter Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the cast members will inform you that you're already in line for the attraction. This keeps things fair and safe for all guests. But do you know the fastest way to get to the attraction at Disneyland? When you enter from Adventureland and travel along the banks of the rivers of America, then go through New Orleans Square and Critter Country before entering into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from the Hungry Bear entrance, this path is a little over 1,800 feet, or a 7-minute walk for the average person. Alternatively, you can go from Frontierland along Big Thunder Trail and enter Star Wars Galaxy's Edge through the center tunnel. This route is nearly the same distance, but it's the direction that the opening morning line bends to. This allows you to fall right into the line instead of having to walk right past the line just to join it. By doing this, you can avoid passing 100 or more people that will be riding the ride before you do. During the first hour, you can expect a wait time of 20 to 40 minutes. Toward the end of that first hour, the rope droppers have all cycled through, but the lightning lane hasn't started yet. This allows for consistently shorter wait times throughout the entire first hour of the day. However, the downside to riding Rise first is that you've already started your day with one of the best and most technically advanced rides at the park. Luckily, Disneyland is full of magic, so it's unlikely the rest of your day will be a letdown. Number 5, ride at closing. The opposite of starting strong is ending strong. Choosing to ride Rise of the Resistance at the end of the day can be a great way to avoid long wait times during the midday rush. However, keep in mind that this requires an extra level of planning and strategy. First thing you need to know: Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland closes earlier than all the other attractions due to the need for extensive nightly maintenance. It typically closes between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. The second thing you need to know: what time does the ride close during your visit? Around 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, feel free to ask cast members if they know what time the ride will stop operating for the day. Then keep an eye on your Disney app and make sure not to cut it too close. But if you can time it so that you ride toward the end of its daily cycle, you can enjoy a very short wait time. This strategy is great if you love the attraction so much that you want to ride it a second time. However, it can be very dangerous to rely on this strategy for your only ride of the day, and is not advised for first-time visitors who have Rise as their top priority. But if timed right, you can snag a 10 to 15-minute wait time by waiting till the end of time. Number 4, counter program against daytime parades. Another great way to reduce wait times for riding Rise of the Resistance is to counter program your day against the daytime parades. During parades, thousands of people are watching, while thousands of others are trapped on the eastern side of the parade route. This presents a great opportunity to get on the ride in under an hour. as there is less competition and therefore less demand. And for citizens of Disneyland, there are currently 2 opportunities daily to make your own magic happen inside of Batuu. Number 3, counter program opposite of nighttime shows. So you're asking yourself, how is this different than the last tip? Well, let me tell you, with a little planning, you can save even more time by getting a walk-on wait time for your favorite ride. But you have to do your homework and ask the cast members what time the ride will be closing on that day of your visit. If you learn that it will be closing at 10 p.m., you have struck gold. You can then choose Rise over Fantasmic and the fireworks, both of which draw huge crowds and bring park traffic to a crawl. If you're already on the western side of Disneyland near Rise, keep an eye on the wait times. Even if you don't see 10 to 15 minutes on the marquee, the line is likely moving way faster than what's posted. This one won't work every night, but when it does, this is an amazing hack that locals use all the time. Number 2, ride breakdowns can be your best friend. The next 2 tips are for advanced Disney park navigators. Rise of the Resistance frequently breaks down, and I mean a lot. But this can work to your advantage with some planning. When it goes down, try to do things on the western side of the park, such as grabbing a Ronto from Ronto's Roasters. Stay near the attraction and keep an eye on it. When it reopens, you could possibly be one of the very first guests to form the new line. Staying put in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is best, but keeping an eye on the attraction while also having lunch is even better. This way, you can make good use of the attraction's downtime while also saving massive amounts of time when it reopens. And before we get to our number 1 tip, I'd like to ask you, if you've enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment below. Has any of these strategies ever worked for you before, or is there one that you're excited about using? Number 1, use Lightning Lane as your guide for absolutely free. Okay, this last one is hardcore, but it is very practical. And it's for sure something Han Solo would have used to defy the odds. Keep an eye on Lightning Lane returns. If Disney is selling a Lightning Lane with a long return time, then you know the ride is very busy. But on the reverse, if it's 3 o'clock and you see that the Lightning Lane return time that they're selling is for 3:05 to 3:20, then briskly walk to the attraction. Don't run, please, because this means the standby line is very short. Even if you see a longer time posted on the app, it's probably not accurate, and the inaccurate long time is posted to drum up business for the individual Lightning Lanes. This strategy works because you've happened to be lucky and gone to the park on a slower day. Sure, VIP tours, early hotel entry, and after dark events can give you quick wait times, but they're also expensive and impractical for most visitors. Instead, here were 7 everyday tips to help you make the most of your next visit and spend less time in lines, giving you more time to enjoy the park. And when you ride Rise, don't forget to tell Lieutenant Beck Brickey said hello, and I'm sure you'll make a fine-looking group of recruits.